Coral reefs occupy less than 1/4 of the marine environment, yet are home to more than 25% of all known marine fish species. These huge biological structures provide shelter to reef creatures, spawning grounds to pelagic fishes, nursery areas to juvenile fishes, act as buffers that protect shorelines, contribute to local economies through tourism, provide humans with food and medicine, and produce oxygen. The immediate goal of SEASMART is to transform the marine aquarium trade, first in the Philippines and then on an international scale, in order to protect, conserve, and restore these priceless habitats. SEASMART can do this through the use of sustainable coastal development strategies that can be applied anywhere on the planet that there are both people and water. SEASMART EcoEZ conducted a 3-year pilot program in Papua New Guinea, during which time SEASMART carried out resource surveys and market trials, established technical, environmental, and management best practice guidelines, and developed marine aquarium fisheries web-based monitoring and management software tailored to PNG conditions and requirements, all of which are components that are integral to the establishment of functioning FMAs or fishery management areas. FMAs are geographically defined and resource-mapped coastal marine areas whose limits are determined by traditional local community resource ownership boundaries. The rest of this film highlights the key components necessary to develop, manage, and protect FMAs. SEASMART's mission is to establish a marine aquarium fishery that is sustainable, equitable, and profitable, and we can do this with the implementation of 5 key program components: resource assessment and management, management area planning, fisher and fishery development, mariculture, aquaculture, and restoration, and Sea Strong. SEASMART has developed in-depth training manuals that cover each of these components, and they have been used to successfully educate fishers and other members of the marine aquarium trade in our PNG pilot program. The following footage is all from our time spent in PNG conducting a SEASMART trial program from 2007 to 2010. Resource assessment and management programming has the ability to provide vital information on the abundance of an FMA's marine aquarium resources, as well as data on food fish species and the health of each FMA's marine ecosystems. The RAM team collects baseline data for fish, corals, and invertebrates and substrate types to ensure a sound scientific assessment and monitoring of fishery management areas and their marine life. A RAM survey is carried out to assess the status and condition of reef and fish stocks in the fishery management area so that TAC, or total allowable catch limits, can be set for each species of interest. RAM and the SEASMART program also evaluate the effectiveness of management by monitoring coral reefs and populations of exploited organisms and control areas to determine if there are effects on reef health or target species populations from aquarium fishing, and if these effects are ecologically significant compared to natural, spatial, and temporal variation. A survey data report is produced at the end of each assessment to summarize the status of marine aquarium organism stock and associated coral reef ecosystems of the FMA. Our trade management software is a web-based IT system that enhances identity preservation and traceability capacity within the aquarium trade, while linking all participants in the supply chain with other important stakeholders. Our MAP, or Management Area Planning development process, results in a plan capable of growth and change depending on the current needs of an area, and is an essential step towards ensuring the sustainable management of fish stocks and reef health. A management area plan is developed for each FMA with active and meaningful involvement of key stakeholders. The SEASMART program team brings local stakeholders together in the creation of a management plan, and this participatory planning process results in the creation of a community-run MAP committee to follow through on drafting the management plan. The RAM information is used to develop important mitigation and management measures, notably harvest rotation patterns or fisheries replenishment areas and total allowable catch implementation for the fishers in the project areas. The results of the RAM assessment are communicated during community workshops to the fishers, stakeholders, and the rest of the community to increase their awareness of the state of the reefs and marine aquarium fish stock and the importance of scientific monitoring. SEASMART's Fisher and Fishery Development Programming provides fishers and fisher communities training in correct fishing, holding, handling, and husbandry techniques and management. Fisher training equips fishers and community resource owners with the necessary knowledge, skills, and techniques required to manage and implement an environmentally sustainable aquarium trade. Fishers are trained in net collection, proper post-harvest handling and holding, documentation, and order management. The training is designed and adapted to address the needs of the fishers to meet market demands based on the species mix and volumes in their specific FMA. The SEASMART Fisher and Fishery Development Training Team also assists the fishers in developing their business skills, such as quality control and documentation, post-harvesting handling, packing, developing and maintaining reliable communications and interactions with their buyers, and implementing sound and well-documented financial transactions. Our mariculture, aquaculture, and restoration programming is primarily a women's activity that provides coral farmer training in coral cultivation methods and reef restoration, and is worth half of the trade's potential value. This allows the women to have a major role in generating income for their families. Different methodologies of coral cultivation are trialed, including methods that also act as vehicles for reef restoration, such as the use of low-cost, community-produced coral and fish aggregation devices. The focus will be on producing market-quality corals within fairly easy reach of the coral farming managers. The coral fragments, or frags, that make it into the aquarium trade will have a high level of traceability, while many more will be used in local reef restoration efforts. SeaStrong programming provides the necessary organism traceability, husbandry, shipping, and marketing needed to maintain the SEASMART goal of a less than 1% organism mortality rate, an extremely low number considering the industry average is between 15 to 35%. This component supports the development of export facilities, including screening, transport, holding, handling, husbandry, packing, and shipping. To the industry and its hobbyists, a SEASMART label means that the healthy, high-quality marine aquarium life they purchase is also sustainable, equitable, and affordable. To the government regulators and conservationists, SEASMART means product traceability, business transparency, and data monitoring accessibility. The Philippines will be the location of SEASMART's new venture in sustainable coastal development. All the components already discussed will ensure that the Philippines' priceless natural resources are protected, conserved, and restored where necessary. Without the adoption of sustainable management systems put in place through a transformative process, it is likely that reef spawning grounds will be harmed beyond repair. Fishers and their coastal communities will decline further economically, and the purchasing public will have access to fewer, less affordable fish. EcoEZ's approach overcomes destructive imbalances in the trade's value chain through branded, innovative, and practical solutions. Its Papua New Guinea SEASMART pilot improved protection of reefs through a profit-driven approach. Incomes rose among first-time ownership by historically marginalized households, and demand for eco-friendly marine practices and products also grew. Further testing can show widespread impact, scalability, and replicability. SEASMART fish are healthy and sustainably caught with no chemicals, providing customers confidence that their fish are collected, handled, and shipped in accordance with best practices through the efforts of fish owners and dedicated exporters such as our partner company, SeaStrong. SEASMART EcoEZ would give coastal inhabitants the opportunity to abandon destructive fishing practices such as fishing with dynamite and cyanide that yield immediate but detrimental results, for a livelihood that fosters sustainable development and proper management of an immeasurably important natural resource. Investing in SEASMART offers a unique opportunity to drive global change, starting with the marine aquarium trade. We are the leading global expert on the development of a sustainable, equitable, and profitable marine aquarium trade. Our experts have over 3 decades of experience in the development of the sustainable marine aquarium trade and the cooperative management of allied coastal fisheries, and have been instrumental in the development of the Marine Aquarium Council's certification standards. This trade faces growing threats to its future, and the SEASMART program is truly a force for the global conservation, protection, and sustainable use of the world's coral reefs and associated ecosystems.